Hello everybody. It's been about 6 days since I put a video out. A lot of things have happened since then, and well, first of all, thank you to all of our subscribers. You are carrying the message forward whether you know it or not. I want to ask everybody to please try and stay informed. It's getting more and more difficult to stay informed. You saw, I'm sure, in this past week, the arrest of Julian Assange. Now, this is going to strike a particular chord with people here in Canada. It wasn't that long ago when the U.S. administration asked us to arrest the female executive of Huawei, the most influential female executive in China. Never been charged with a crime in her life, maybe still hasn't. At the whim of the U.S. government, the Canadian government arrested her, and they're in the process of extraditing her to the United States for no other reason than this kind of fascistic control. They want to control everything. Now, Huawei produces, among other things, cell phones. Now, we know that our Samsung cell phones, our Apple cell phones, they have this backdoor technology, this malware, that allows all of our private information to go to the NSA in the United States. So they don't like the idea of Huawei not having this backdoor malware to spy on us. So what do? Typical fascists, they accuse their opponent of exactly what they themselves are guilty of. They accuse Huawei of having the backdoor. In reality, Huawei doesn't have one. They accuse Huawei of having a backdoor in their cell phones, that they're going to spy for the Chinese government, as if the Chinese government could care less about our personal information. It's only valuable in the U.S. So they accuse Huawei of what they themselves are doing. So Huawei is actually the only cell phone that doesn't have the backdoor malware, and that's why the American government objects to it. It'll reduce their ability to spy on us. And so the Canadian government went along with all of this, arrested this woman. Now the British government, again, going along with it, arresting Julian Assange. Julian Assange, through WikiLeaks, has received all kinds of leaks from government, military, you name it. He has published it. He is a journalist. And of all the things he's ever published, none of it has ever been determined to be untrue. So, and you can't say the same about any network or newspaper. They have to do retractions all the time. Everything that he has ever put out is completely accurate. And among the information was the information that I just described to you, the malware put in our cell phones. We wouldn't know that if it wasn't for Julian Assange, all right? So his arrest is a message to all journalists, and there aren't many honest journalists left. If you're one of the dozen or so honest journalists left with jobs, real jobs in real media, this is a message to you. You see him being dragged away to a gulag, never to be seen again, maybe to end up in Guantanamo Bay. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen to you unless you toe the fascist line and do whatever we tell you. So that's the message going out to every journalist through the arrest of Julian Assange. We need to be aware of that, and we need to stay informed, not through the big corporate media. Go to the only media left. Go to the internet media. I'm once again going to put links, active links, in the description. You can check those out at your leisure, and I encourage you to do so. When I look at who's telling the truth today, you know, I look at Ilhan Omar down in Congress. She's like the only congressperson willing to tell the truth. They call her every name in the book because she criticizes the fact that people in Congress are taking so much money from the lobbyists. As I've said in the video on terrorism, you know how these lobbyists work. If they donate $1 million to your campaign, and you only spend half of it, you're allowed to keep the other half in your pocket. So people in the United States, these children of the wealthy, go into politics because starting out as millionaires, they want to end their career as billionaires, and they do. All right, they're on the take. She exposes that. She gets death threats now every day because she's telling the truth. Donald Trump is whooping up the fanfare against her again because she's telling the truth. If you tell the truth these days, you're in danger. Okay, I'm telling the truth, so I'm in danger. I've lost friends because I'm in danger for telling the truth. Friends I've had for 20 years. Okay, if that isn't a concern to you, think about it a little bit longer, okay? If Julian Assange is being dragged away to a gulag for telling the truth, is that your future? Is that my future? Are we going to be dragged away by the Gestapo? Are we going to end up in a concentration camp? Is that what we have to look forward to? You know, yesterday, watching that terrible fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral, a cathedral that was built almost 1,000 years ago, one of the most beautiful buildings ever built by humanity, and seeing it burn to the ground, you know, that's like watching the Holy Spirit burning to the ground. All good things, the truth, true love, relationships burning to the ground. Now, the symbolism of that is terrible, but I think it's worthy of note. We are at risk by these fascists of losing all good things. So I ask each and every one of you, please stay informed. I'm going to add links at the bottom. Make it your business to stay informed. I'll have more to share with you in the not too distant future. My name is Scott McGurn, and thank you for your time.